Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Hi, is it Sheena?
Yes, this is Sheena.
How are you, Sheena?
I'm good. I was
Good, good.
I wanted to get you on the line because I did an interview or a question and answer session with Marlo, and
Yes.
at the end of my question and answer, I was like, "Who do you think would make a great fit for the suicidal hotline?" And she was like, "My stylist, Daniel Hawkins."
Oh, yeah, that's my top, my number one client. She's pulling me away from everybody else right now. So, she is my primary focus for the next year or two.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So it's
So
exciting.
that is very exciting. I wanted to ask you, one, how long have you been in the fashion industry?
The industry, probably about the past 7 to 8 years.
Okay.
I've known Marlo for a very long time. She started, we're also outside of me dressing her. We're best of friends, and I also, I do assistant work for her as well. So it's kind of like it's just a big conglomerate of things that I do for her. But ever since, the show and things like that, that's where she's put me on, full time as making sure that I make sure that all of her wardrobe is taken care of.
Got it. And so, was Marlo your first celebrity client?
No, I worked with a lot of other basketball and football wives.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I actually really started. One of them was Heather Snabb. When she moved to Atlanta, that's when I started working for her, who was Peter Warwick's girlfriend at the time. So then I moved on to she introduced me to some of her friends, et cetera, et cetera. And then actually along those lines is how I ended up meeting Marlo.
Got it. So, what is it like working with Marlo since you have such a great relationship with her? Is it easy for you to style her, or is she difficult? Tell us about it.
Let's see. Marlo loves fashion. I love fashion. So at times it's great, and at times it's a little bit difficult because I want all of my clients that I work with to, especially Marlo, since it's a big time for her right now,
Right.
and she is in the spotlight so much. I want to make sure that she's happy because if a client doesn't own their look, then to me it comes across as a complete fail. So sometimes it can be a little bit difficult. Just because of she has her opinions and I have mine, but at the end of the day, as long as she ends up comfortable, then comfortable in the look and she's owning it, then I'm happy with it. If it's one thing she may want to take away that I don't think she should take away, but after we really think about it, and if she wins, then that's fine. If I win, then that's fine. But overall, she's easy, but she can be difficult at times, as any client can be. So
I was going to say,
to work with.
I'm pretty sure that's the case for just about anybody, especially when it comes to how, someone being responsible for their look. Are you responsible for...
Exactly. And considering the fact that she does love fashion, because I do have clients who don't really know anything about fashion, so it's a lot easier.
Right.
But considering that she does love fashion and she has her views, it does make it a little more challenging. But I think at the end of the day, it makes me stronger. So
I agree. You guys make a great team. Are you responsible for that fabulous closet that she shared with us on the show?
yeah, I arrange and organize all of that too.
Oh my gosh, the shoes in there were amazing. The bags, amazing. I got so many calls from people just saying, "You have to get Marlo. You have to get Marlo. Did you see her closet?" And I'm like, I want to know who's responsible for making sure all that stuff is intact and styling her. I wanted Marlo too, but I wanted to make sure you got your recognition because it was awesome. It was banging.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, switching out. Actually, we're getting ready to switch out our closet over to. We switched it out. We changed it to we quote unquote our winter wonderland.
Mhm.
And now it's time to switch it over to our summer edition. So in the next few weeks, we're gonna start moving all things around. Because she has like 3 additional closets that no one has seen, which is still they're pretty fabulous too. They're just a little bit smaller.
Mhm.
And we kind of just switch things back and forth depending on the season, as well as shoes. So we're kind of like switching out shoes and things now too.
And so, what's your typical inspiration when styling Marlo?
Glamour. Marlo
Glamour.
is a glamour girl, 150%. She loves sequins, she loves furs, she loves feathers, she loves luxurious fabrication. Anything glamorous and luxurious, it's Marlo. So it's kind of easy, you know what I mean? It's kind of easy because I know that anything that is editorial, she's not afraid to do it. So she's an easy client because she doesn't say no to a lot.
Okay. And so,
Stones, diamonds, everything, Marlo.
so outside of styling Marlo right now, are you exclusively styling her, or are you taking on other?
I am. Right now, I am exclusive with her. We've made arrangements where that's how it's going to be, and it's going to be like that for the next while. So, I will, every time you see Marlo, I'm responsible for her look. Actually, every Monday, but a lot of people don't know, every Monday I actually go to her home and I get all of her outfits set up for the week. So even on a day-to-day basis, I style Marlo, whether it's to the mall, it's even crazy, even down to workout gear. I put her together for her workout.
That is awesome. Like,
Yeah, so it's crazy.
so for you, outside of styling Marlo, what is your fashion sense like? What would we expect to see you in if we caught up with you somewhere?
Daniel it's funny because I change a lot. And I can go from, a pair of great hard bottom cushion Louboutins to, with dress slacks and a button up, all the way, to be completely honest with you, to a pair of leather skinny jeans with a pair of Jordans. It fluctuates for me. It's up and down. It's whatever I'm feeling. Every morning I wake up, it can be something totally different. One day I may want to look really, quote unquote, grown and sexy. The next day I may just want to look like a b-boy.
Got it.
It really just depends on what I'm feeling when I wake up.
Got it.
I mean, I love pieces. I love fashion. I love labels. I love everything. But it's all about, like I said, it's all about how I feel when I get up, because some days I feel different than others.
So
I like to be comfortable. I will say that. I like to be comfortable.
So with that in mind, who would you say your favorite clothing designer is?
For men, I'm actually going to say, either Givenchy or Alexander Wang. For women, I am going to say probably Versace, and I'm going to give it to Valentino. I think Versace understands the woman's silhouette very well, and they know how to make a female look sexy, which I think is very, very important.
Right.
And Valentino, on the other hand, they know how to make a woman look ultra feminine, very flirty, with just a little bit of sexy. So I kind of like, I can't really pick one when it comes to a female or a male, because I kind of think you kind of need to have the best of both worlds.
Got it. And so would you ever, like, when styling, do you ever mix and match designers, or do you?
Oh yeah, big time. Big time. And I think that's a big, it's a necessity, because you can't, I mean, it's so easy to steal a look straight from the runway.
Right.
It's very, very easy to that. I mean, anybody can do that. If you have the money, then you can do it. So adding your extra little touch, I mean, that's when the stylist part comes into play, about how to make it look fabulous. So you do want to take the look exactly from the runway, but what are you going to add to make it your client, to make your client own it even more,
Gotcha.
So yeah, mix and match for sure. I do it all the time for Marlo. I mean, we do complete looks as well, but we definitely mix and match for sure.
And so, who is your favorite shoe designer?
My favorite shoe designer, I thought about this one actually. When I knew we were going to be speaking, I was running through my mind as I was running errands today. I think I'm going to go with, I can't give you one, I'm going to have to give you two. I'm going to have to say Christian Louboutin, of course.
Okay.
Loving their anniversary collection right now. We actually just got quite a few pair from Miss Marlo. And I'm going to have to say Jimmy Choo as well.
And what do you like about Jimmy Choo? Everybody can probably guess what you like about Christian Louboutin, but most people wouldn't say Jimmy Choo.
Jimmy Choo is sexy. It's kind of like they understand the female. You know,
They do.
They know how to give you a little bit of a pop without getting you too outrageous. You know what I mean? Like they balance the two out very, very well. And now that they've introduced the 6-inch heels to their collection, I'm super excited because it's, I think in the industry that classic shoe in the 6-inch style with deep pitches was missing because I'm kind of against the like the super big platform,
right?
Super big heel to where there's no pitch in the shoe. The sexiest part about a shoe is the pitch.
I agree.
Pitch on a shoe, it makes your foot look absolutely amazing.
It does. It definitely makes your foot look sexy. I can say that. Definitely.
It does. I put Marlo in. You'll see that actually as time goes on, you'll see that I put her in Christian Louboutin Pigalle very, very often. Just because the silhouette is sexy and it's kind of timeless. And actually, Jimmy Choo came out with they're kind of a version of Pigalle, which we purchased quite a few of those as well, called the Anouk, and she's going to be seen in that quite a bit as well.
Okay, and so on those lines, which would you consider more important, the shoe or the outfit?
Personally, they go hand in hand, but if I had to choose, if I was forced to choose, I'm going to say I'm going to go with the shoe.
I think it makes the outfit, although, you have to use them both to complement one another, I just feel like a bad shoe is always remembered, so...
You're right. You're exactly right. I have to agree with you. Like I said, if forced to choose, I would definitely choose the shoe because you can wear a simple outfit with a hot shoe and an oversized clutch and you're good to go.
Yes. So what other projects are you working on at the moment?
Well, right now I'm working on getting my website up and going.
And what would the name of that be?
I'm sorry?
And what would the name of your website be?
It's going to be www.danielhawkins.com.
Okay.
And so we're working on that. We are also working on several other projects for Marlo. She has a calendar full of events coming up.
Okay.
As well as tapings, etc. So I'm working on getting all of her summer looks together. I actually was in my home the other day working on my spring-summer inspiration boards for the looks that I'm going to put Marlo in moving forward because, we want to look perfect at every event. If we can avoid missteps, then we definitely want to.
I think that's a great thing to aspire towards, and I definitely can't wait to see what you have her in. I love, love, love her style. I think she's very fashion forward, so I'm excited to see what you guys come up with for spring.
Yeah, I tweeted her the other day. I was tweeting her about me working on my inspiration board. And I asked her, Marlo, are you ready? And she said, born ready. So I'm ready to go.
So do you have any, aspiring words that you'd like to leave for people who are trying to make it in the fashion industry, and just haven't gotten that break?
Yeah, absolutely. Be yourself and don't give up. A million doors will be shut in your face, but one of those doors is going to open up at some point. You just cannot give up. You have to stay headstrong the whole time and believe in what you believe in. Don't let anyone change your mind because someone's going to pick up on it, and we're individuals for a reason. No one's a carbon copy of each other, which is perfect.